Sorry, I ran out of the time on that last one. Okay, so like I was doing in the last problem, or in the last video, I'm going to write out what I know. So I don't know the first term, but I do know the second term, the third term, the fourth term, the fifth term. So it looks like every time I'm adding 5, adding 5, adding 5. Now, what I need to do is go back and figure out what would this first term be, and then I got to go back and I've got to find the 0 term because that's the number that goes right there. So what did I add 5 to get 3? -2. What do I add 5 to get -2? -7. So I'm going to test this out and make sure it works. A sub 5 is 18. So when I plug in a 5, I should get 18. So is 5 times 5 minus 7, 18? 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 minus 7 surely is 18. So this is my equation. I took the number that we're increasing by every time, and that goes right there. And then I have to go back. This is the first term. This is the second term. This is the third term. This is the fourth term. So I have to go back and find the 0 term, and that's what goes right there. That's technically my y-intercept. Okay, use the equation to find the 9th term. So I could just keep going and keep adding and adding and adding, but I'm going to use my equation. So to find the 9th term, I plug in a 9, and 5 times 9 is 45, and 45 plus -7 is 38. And I can check it by keep adding 5 and adding 5 and adding 5 and adding 5 until I get to the 9th term. Oops. Sketch a graph to represent the slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 3. Okay, y-intercept of 3 is right there. And a slope of 2. We all know that every fraction or every whole number can be written as a fraction. So this is really 2 over 1, meaning up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. That's the ugliest line that probably I've ever drawn in my life. All right, solve for W. I've got all kinds of distributive property here. So distributing my 3 gives me 3W plus 12. Then I've got to subtract here. I have 6W minus 2W, and I'm subtracting a -6. Sorry, this is a 2. That kind of looks like a Z. Okay, combine like terms. So 6W minus 2W is 4W. No more like terms. So now I do my inverse operations. I'm going to subtract 3W from both sides. 12 is equal to 4W minus 3W is just W. I have a plus 6, so I need to do the opposite, minus 6. 6 is equal to W. I can always plug it back in, check my work. If I plug it back in, 6 plus 4 is 10. And then 6 times 6 is 36 minus, then 2 times 6 is 12 minus 6 is just 6. So 3 times 10 is 30. 36 minus 6 is 30. That worked. Okay, literal equation. I have 2 variables. I'm just solving for the y. So I need to get the y by itself. If I'm solving for y, then y doesn't move. Y stays there. I get rid of everything else. So subtract 8W from both sides. I can't combine these because 24 doesn't have a W, 8 does. 4 is being multiplied by y, so I divide by 4. Now I can simplify this. 24 divided by 4 is 6, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Or I can leave it like this. Not an issue. Either one of these is a lovely answer. Okay, last one, square root. So I need to look at 45 and I need to break it down. 45 is 9 times 5, and 9 is 3 times 3, but 5 is a prime number. 5 is only 5 times 1, just like 3 is only 3 times 1. So I look here and I have a pair. So my 3 is going to be on the outside of my square root, and my 5 is going to be on the inside of my square root. And I'm going to look at my variables. A cubed, A times A times A. I have a group of 2, and I've got a leftover. Group, leftover. Looking at my B's, I have B to the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 2 groups, no leftovers. And there's my solution. Study, study, study.